Latino voters will play a crucial role in deciding the outcome, especially in battleground states like Arizona and Nevada, with a large Latino population. A new Pew poll shows Biden winning 52% of Latinos to Donald Trump's 44%. For 4 decades, my next guest has spearheaded local, state, and national Latino advocacy and politics, making him a leading voice in engaging the Hispanic community and a solid Democratic political strategist. Now he's out with his new memoir called Relentless, My Story of the Latino Spirit That is Transforming America. Joining me now is someone I called a friend. I call a friend. He's author and longtime activist Louis Miranda Jr., who's also known as the father of the Broadway great Lin-Manuel Miranda. Louis, thank you. Louis, thank you for being on with us tonight. Before we talk about your new book, and I'm anxious to get to that, I want to get your take on the poll I just mentioned showing President Biden's approval among Latino voters is somewhat evenly divided at 52%. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is also making strides with Hispanic voters. This goes to show Hispanic Latino communities are increasingly ideologically and racial diverse in terms of its demographics. For example, Mexican Americans in Arizona helped flip the Senate in that state for Democrats, and in 2020 they did that. And Cuban Americans were a stronghold in Florida for Republicans during that election. How should the Biden campaign strategically reach out to Latino voters?
First, Reverend, thank you for having me here talking about Latino politics. The fact is that most of the polls that we see, the difficulty with them is that Latinos are a sliver of the overall number of people that are spoken to. And two, that many of the Latinos that are spoken to in these polls are English-speaking Latinos. And we know that a large chunk of the Latino population speaks Spanish, and it's communicated to in Spanish. However, there's no doubt that Biden's support in the Latino community has gotten softer, particularly because we're beginning to develop the campaign as to who's doing what. No doubt that Biden really has done a lot for the Latino community. And what I imagine it's going to happen over the next 6 months as we begin to really compare racist Trump with everything that Biden is doing, that Latinos will begin to come back into the Democratic column. But Reverend, the mistake that we always make is that we talk to Latinos who come from many different places, speak Spanish and English, and are part of different generations. We come to talk to them just before elections, and that doesn't work because we're persuadable voters, not exclusively based voters.
Now, Louis, let's turn to the pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses across the country. Overwhelmingly, there's been peaceful protests, but in some cases, there has been some violence resulting in thousands being arrested. Now, I've gone to jail many times, as you know. I went to jail with 3 comrades of yours, did 3 months in jail protesting Navy bombing in Vieques, and the Navy presence there on that Puerto Rican island, where I was sentenced by a federal judge for 3 months in jail. And you were involved in protesting this military exercise. What's your advice to these young people to ensure their voices are heard and their messages aren't co-opted by people seeking to create chaos and violence?
First, let me, as I have done many times, thank you profoundly for your support to the Puerto Rican community in Vieques when in fact you went to jail more than anybody else to support our position that the Navy needed to leave the island of Vieques. The fact is that many truths can happen, can exist simultaneously. Back in 1974, just when I was about to graduate from the University of Puerto Rico, I lived in front of the University of Puerto Rico in one of these encampments at that point, fighting against an increased intuition at the University of Puerto Rico. We need to make sure that our young people can express their positions, that democracy at the end prevails, and that different points of view can exist at the same time.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure that we allow that to happen.
Now, I have to ask you, what inspired you to put your book out now? What do you hope readers will take away from your inspiring story?
I think that I began to read right after the 2022 midterm election all of these new experts on Latino politics indicating that Latinos were becoming Republicans and supporting Trump. And many friends said, instead of criticizing what others are doing, why don't you put your 45 years of experience in dealing with politics in the Latino community, your positions about it, and what you have seen over 4.5 decades? So that's what I did. The thing is that everything that I do, my family is involved. So my family becomes a protagonist or Relentless.
Now, the book is Relentless. It's out now. And your son, how everybody knows your son around the world from Hamilton. And he's a great artist in his own right. And one of the things that I always get a kick out of is when he told me, I went to Broadway to see the play, and he told me, you don't know, but my dad, Louis Miranda, who helped your presidential campaign when I ran for president in 2004, had me do the jingles for the commercials for the Shelter for President. And now he was this big star Broadway. So I made him tell my kids that story. So give him my love.
It is. Listen, Reverend, I figured if this Broadway acting thing doesn't work, there's always a future in music jingles for commercials because those are year after year. So that was like my backup position for Lin-Manuel. We now know what actually happened, so that's not even needed anymore.
All right, Louis Miranda Jr., the book is Relentless, a great book. Thank you for being with us, and good luck with that book.